Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I am Isani Cayetano. Good morning.
Good morning. It's a lovely Wednesday morning, Isani. And you know, now that I'm saying it, I realize I'm dressing the part because on Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Wow. Well, I appreciate the contrast, the stark contrast between what I have on and what you're wearing.
Yeah. I mean, I love Wednesdays. It's kind of like that. It's going up to the positivity of the weekend, you know, coming, because after that it's Thursday and that's Friday Eve
Well, Wednesday is generally the climax of the work week, right?
Yeah.
It's Hump Wednesday as we refer to it.
Yeah, it's Hump Day.
Right? So we're at the top of the mound, so to speak.
No,
and
the top for me is like Thursday evening because Friday is technically the weekend, but yeah.
It's good for you.
But
Nice.
nonetheless, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and of course, we are happy to have you here with us as you open your eyes wherever you are, locally or abroad, in your cars, at home, having that first cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Of course, I'm no coffee drinker, Isani, so I have to rely on the energy that I woke up with, and you know, I try to make it work, but I'm glad to know that we're kind of in the same boat because you don't either.
I'm water.
Yeah,
I'm good with water.
So am I. Yeah, I had water this morning too, but that's fine. We're fine. But we're going to go into what's buzzing this morning, Isani. Do you have anything specific that you want to touch on?
Well, I think one of the issues that I'm certain at least members of the Belize National Teachers Union are talking about is the abrupt withdrawal of the president-elect. You would recall, Sab, she was only just voted in a few weeks ago. And my colleague Dwayne Moody had traveled to Orange Walk where they had the national convention and, of course, on the final day, the subsequent election of the new executive for the Bntu. And so, like I mentioned, this was only a few weeks ago, and then to have her pull out, you know, suddenly, amid what I understand is some kind of controversy that's brewing, I think a lot of the teachers and other members of Bntu are left scratching their heads. You know, some may not be in the know as to what's actually taking place. Perhaps they only know that they voted in her favor to have her lead the union. And so I think that's part of the chatter that's taking place right now. Again, for us in the wider public, we may not necessarily know what's taking place. Those who are closer to, you know, the executive and of course other members of the union are, you know, somewhat in the know. They're aware of what's going on, and I'm speaking cautiously and guardedly. They're going to meet today. A council is going to be, you know, convened today, where they're going to discuss the way forward. Now, from my understanding, there's a likelihood that the vice president will assume that post on an interim basis until some definitive action is taken by the broader membership of the union, insofar as either electing another president or the general way forward in the wake of this sudden change.
Yeah, that's what that was a conversation that we were having yesterday on What's Buzzing, and just as you mentioned, it came very shocking to the public, of course, to us here as the media as well. Ruth Showman did present a letter to Elena Smith, and we also read in part excerpts from the letter, just kind of outlining what her sentiments were as one of the main reasons why she withdrew herself as president-elect. Of course, that being that it caused distress to her and her family, especially her children, and just it seems, as you mentioned, that there is indeed infighting within the union in terms of perhaps her not having complete support from the body. So I'm assuming that we will be hearing more about it in today's meeting with the Bntu as well. And of course, we will have more in our newscast.
Yeah. We're going to see where that goes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's all too sudden in the way that it has unfolded. Normally, when someone offers him or herself for office, it's because they stand on solid ground, either within their own support group or, you know, in terms of garnering the confidence and the support of the wider membership, in this case of the Bntu. And, you know, for it to happen so suddenly, you know, like I said, a lot of people are asking questions as to what happened or what happens next. So,
yeah, definitely. So as you mentioned, I mean, the question that arises now is, will there be a by-election or will there be kind of an upward mobility of the vice president?
Well, again, like I said, that's to be determined later today. I don't know of a by-election per se.
That's what we were questioning yesterday.
There is a process that they would agree on in terms of how they will go about either substituting or, as I said, perhaps in the interim appointing someone to that post.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, so that's what's buzzing. That's what certainly teachers are talking about.
Yeah.
You know, they gathered in mass a couple of weeks ago in Orinjoak, and this was an entire countrywide process. A few weeks ago as well, you know, other candidates appeared on this very platform where they shared with the nation what their intentions would have been had they been elected. You know, so it's something that is of importance to the education sector.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Of course, I mean, we're going to mention it again, but also what's buzzing is KTV The Remix. We officially teased one of the, I guess you'd say, commercials for KTV The Remix 2 days ago, and we are inviting the public, if you love to sing and perform, to come and audition. But this time around, you can also audition online by submitting your auditions in video form.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. You know, if you still feel a little bit nervous and you don't want to approach the judges in person as yet, you can, you know, go through video. So we're excited to see what this season will bring. I'm really excited when it comes to the talent that we see every year. Of course, sometimes we get some faces that we saw before, but for me, it's always the new faces. I'm always excited to see who just kind of faced their fears maybe, or just really wanted the world to know, or Belize to know, that they have this talent. So I'm personally really excited. Of course, the deadline for your video submission, if you want to apply via video or audition via video, is June 11th. But guys, if you have a talent to sing, or if you just love singing, come out and audition for KTV The Remix. We're so excited.
Let your voices be heard.
Let your voices be heard, yeah. But of course, Isani, I have nothing else with what's buzzing. I'm just really looking forward to the weekend coming up, and I'm personally really enjoying the weather as well. I don't mind the heat at all. Dwayne apparently thinks otherwise. He loves he tends to enjoy a bit of rain, but I like when it's dry. What are your sentiments in regards to that?
I live in Belize, that's the first thing, so I take it how it comes. But certainly a little bit of rain here and there is welcome.
Yeah.
I'm a plant lover.
Yes,
so,
yes, you're right.
I always, you know, pray for rain, so to speak.
Yeah, because it saves you the work. I mean,
it saves me the water bill too. But beyond that, though, I mean, rain and rainwater, it's natural, and so the plants have a totally different vibe about them when it's, you know, when it just rains.
When it's natural,
versus when you're using, you know, pipe water. You know, it's Anyway, that's me and my plant life.
Yeah, we get it. We get it. Of course, though, we will be getting an official weather update from the National Meteorological Service, and we have forecaster Francisco Wellington on the line. Good morning, forecaster Wellington.
Good morning, good morning. How are you?
We are, well, I'm great. I hope Isani is great.
I'm good, I'm good.
He's good too.
Okay.
So we're here to get the weather update. What can we expect today?
Okay, so it's going to be another sunny day, another dry day. I'm seeing little or no rain.
All right. And that extends through the 24-hour forecast?
That's right. That's
All right. Any advisories, watches, or warnings?
Okay. Well, of course, the temperatures are very high at this time. So along the coast, we're going for an 88, the maximum. Inland, 97, the mountains, 84. So with that 97, we issue our heat alert. And again, we're advising people to stay hydrated, avoid outdoor activities as much as possible, especially in the afternoon when these temperatures peak. Okay. We're also seeing winds out of the east at 10 to 20 and producing moderate seas.
Do you have any information as it pertains to the weather we can expect throughout the week, the rest of the week?
Okay, for the during the 48-hour period, it will be for Thursday and Thursday night. We're seeing dry conditions again, except over inland areas in the afternoon, where we're seeing isolated showers and thunderstorms. That's for Thursday afternoon. Okay, and then Friday we're seeing a slight increase in shower activity because of a weak tropical wave that will be approaching us.
Okay, so we can expect some showers on Friday as well.
Yes, slight increase, I said, right?
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much, Forecaster Wellington. We truly appreciate it. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, and same to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was the weather update from the National Meteorological Service. And as you heard yourselves, it's going to stay warm and dry, at least today. Tomorrow we can expect some slight showers, and on Friday, a little bit more. All right, but of course, as Isani said, it's good, it's good. I mean,
Can't complain.
you can't complain for the rain as well. The plants love it, and of course, there are people that really enjoy that type of weather too. I personally, I always say there's a need for balance. But yeah, we're going to move into our show lineup this morning, and we have a packed show. All right, we're going to start things off by being joined by Beescap to talk to us about the music creation documentary.
Our second segment is with our friends from B&B as they introduce and they continue to market Snackers, a treat that was featured a couple of weeks back ago that they're trying to get off the ground, right?
And right after that, we'll be joined by Digi, who will be talking to us about Digi One and their device for Mother's Day and Mother's Day deals and raffles and Digi Wallet.
And lastly, we will be joined by a small business. It's called Crochet Couture, and they're going to be talking about their products.
I really love having segments with small business, Isani. I think it's so important to give back to small businesses because, I mean, for me, I think it's so empowering to see people face their fears. A lot of times people really want to start a business idea, but they're just fearful and they don't know how to begin. And then, you know, there's the idea, will they support it or not? So I think these segments are so important because it gives an opportunity to shed light on the dreams that people have, you know, their talents, their passions. I would love to know how to crochet.
Well, perhaps that's something you could ask the guest when she's on here.
Apparently, it's not very easy. Apparently, it's not very easy. I've YouTubed it a couple times, especially during the pandemic when you try all these new, like, you try to create a new hobby.
I grew up around crochet needles.
Yeah,
I'll just say that much.
For me, it'll be an interesting segment, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. But we're going to move things on to our eye opener this morning. And of course, it's taken from dailyom.com, and it goes like this. The sense of feeling bored in life can be an indicator that we need to be proactive in creating change. Sometimes we feel that things aren't moving along fast enough for us and that the world is passing us by. It may be that time seems to stand still and that we are simply bystanders in our own lives. Other times it might appear that there is nothing new left for us to experience and that we are locked into a never-ending cycle of status. If we take the time to listen to these feelings, we will notice that there is probably more going on beneath the surface. like our apprehension to venture out into the unknown. By taking a new look at how we live our lives, however, it will be easier to break through our sense of boredom and enter into a more positive state of being. When life seems monotonous, it is usually an indication that there is something we need to change. This act of change allows us to step outside of ourselves and discover new and exciting things that are often already present in our everyday lives. Keep in mind that the moment we do something different from our usual routine, the more fresh energy, hope, and blessings we will manifest in our life. What this means is that we'll no longer see things as being tedious, but instead realize the preciousness of everything. Even though we may think of change as doing something life-altering or drastic, gentle transitions from our habitual ways of doing things and an appreciation of all life offers us will truly bring out positive.
I think we should always challenge ourselves. That's the first idea or the first thought that comes to mind when you think about falling into a state of boredom. It's because you've gotten to a point where you're no longer challenging yourself to do something different or do something better, or the environment in which you are is no longer offering those challenges. Remember, it has to do with the way you think about certain things, the way certain people interact with you that would either motivate you to try or do something different or see something differently. And that is what creates change. When you're no longer being challenged by any of those factors, then there's what we call stasis, right? Everything is just, you're stuck in a rut. Everything is the same. And then you get bored, and then you get complacent, and all of these other negative things, so to speak. For me, I constantly try to challenge myself.
Are you a thrill seeker?
For the most part, yes. But at the same time, too, I like to fit into a pocket, like, you know, get into that comfort zone, and then you're in your thing, you're in your niche, right? But yeah, I mean, challenging myself often allows me to excel in certain areas where I thought I wouldn't have been able to. And I encourage others to do the same, because that's what gets you out of the rut. You know, if you want to learn something new, you have to make yourself be open-minded. You have to be available to be challenged and tested.
Yeah.
And that's what takes you there. It doesn't matter if it's relationship, if it's your, you know, professional life, if it's, you know, just you testing the limits of your physical or your mental strength.
I agree. When I think of this eye-opener, it's easy to think that it's saying, you know, you have to be, like I mentioned, a thrill seeker. You have to go and jump off a cliff or skydive to get out of that boredom. But really, that might not be the case. A lot of times that boredom comes from just being in a routine and not putting yourself in a space to grow. Or as you mentioned, challenge yourselves. And that can be applied in the workplace, it can be applied in relationships, in our own personal development. So as you mentioned, a great way to get out of that boredom is by challenging yourself. And I love that you used yourself and as an example, because I think it's perfect. I would consider you an expert in your own field, correct? I said I would consider you. I said I, not anyone else. But of course, that allowed you to always have something new to work towards.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you weren't like this at the start. You pushed yourself and you tried to acquire new information. And that essentially was what did not have you be bored, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, there are a lot of things. When I look at this eye-opener and I listen to what it's saying, and I apply, you know, my own personal experiences to what I've read, it's straightforward.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be your own guide.
Yeah.
And in so doing, you need to push yourself. So if it's in your professional life, if you begin at the lowest rung of the ladder, at an entry level, the challenge is that you would want to move up in a, you know, timely and appropriate manner from where you began. It's the same thing if you're in a relationship, right? You should be able to grow with the person you're in the relationship with. So the challenge is, okay, so how do we grow with each other? You know, what do I bring to the table at the beginning of the relationship versus 10 years down the road, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That's how you
So,
move away from boredom.
We presented the concept of professional life and how you can move out of boredom by challenging yourself professionally. Of course, relationships has its own different way to challenge yourself.
You're always challenging a relationship.
You can find new ways of bonding. Of course, as you mentioned, just kind of examining where you were when you started in that relationship versus where you'd like to see a relationship 5 years from now and 10 years from now, and looking at what it takes to get to that point. You can also challenge yourselves financially. How do you save? How do you make more money, you know, with what you have? How do you budget?
Spend wisely?
How do you spend wisely?
How do you invest?
Exactly. So there are many ways that you can step out of boredom by challenging yourselves. And I think that this eye-opener, particularly today, is my favorite so far for the week. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. All right, of course, we're going to move and go and take our first break for the morning. When we come back, we will be joined by Beescap to talk about their music creation documentary. Don't go away.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
It's that time of the year when we honor our moms and show them how much we love and appreciate them. Visit us at Cellular World and we can help you find a great gift for her with our Mother's Day steals and heartfelt deals. Show your love in a special way with our crazy discounts on great gift options so you can spoil your mom without breaking the bank. From luxurious tech products to stylish and affordable accessories. Budget phones as low as $59. Tablets start at only $149. Speakers as low as $45. TVs start at only $519. And laptops and Chromebook for only $499. Wireless chargers, smartwatches, accessories, and so much more. Visit us at any of our 5 locations in Belize City, Belmopan, and San Pedro. Or shop via our virtual store on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Shop with us to find the perfect gift that will make your mom feel extra special.
Usuario de eCash, la aplicación eCash está disponible en español. Cambiar el idioma de tu aplicación de eCash de inglés a español es rápido y sencillo. Déjame mostrarte cómo se hace. Primero, abre tu aplicación eCash. Introduce tu PIN. Toca el icono More en la parte inferior de tu pantalla. Selecciona Security. selecciona Language y luego selecciona Spanish. Vuelve a introducir tu PIN y ya está. Tu aplicación de eCash está ahora en español y puedes seguir disfrutando de tu cartera digital eCash. La aplicación eCash de Belize Bank te hace la vida más fácil.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer at channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
And welcome back. We have been joined on set this morning by the General Manager of Beescap, none other than Melissa Zuniga. She's here to talk to us about the creation of a music documentary that was debuted a week or so ago. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mel. Wow, let's talk about music. Let's start there. And how producers, musicians, and artists, first of all, need to get their works copyrighted. I think that's an excellent place to start.
Yes.
Because oftentimes Belizean artists, for whatever reason, and I hate to say it like this, but it's the truth, they don't educate themselves enough on that aspect of the industry.
Yeah.
And I think for us to jump into the conversation, it is important to point out that there is a need for either education or awareness for anybody who's either producing music at any level or any degree of music production. Let's start there.
Okay. Well, first of all, if you create a musical work, you have automatic copyright. You register it. In the event that somebody infringes, you have that additional proof that you own that work. But as a creator, there's that automatic right that is yours. So I just wanted to clarify that. So the registration is just that formal process. It's important, though, the intellectual property, respecting rights, understanding what goes into creating a work, understanding both the performance side, but there's also a business side to music. And so we felt that that was something that we wanted to talk about, and we wanted to share this information with the Belizean public.
When we talk about an organization such as Beescap, right? We're looking at a group that essentially looks after the well-being of creatives, right?
Yes.
For them to understand either the business aspect of it, the technical aspect of it in some cases, and so on and so forth. Let's talk about the work that Beescap has been up to recently, including the production of this particular documentary.
Okay, well, Beescap, we have been working, basically we're a CMO, so a collective management organization. And what that means is that any entity that uses music or performs music publicly, whether it's a live performance or it's playing, on the radio, in a restaurant or bar, at a concert, they should license the use of the music. And part of the reason is that not everybody who you hire to do a live performance or who sings a song owns that song 100%.
Yeah.
And so you want to ensure by licensing the use of the music, you get the permission from all the creators to use that work. And so whatever license fees is collected, less the administration costs, it goes back to the creators who are not necessarily only Belizean artists. So it goes back to them in the form of royalties. So that's in a nutshell what Beescap does.
Now, Beescap debuted a music documentary. Could you talk to us about what was the reasoning behind a project like this?
Yes. Well, one of the main reasons why we felt it was necessary to do the documentary, we have been sharing information in different ways with not only music creators, but with the general public, with music users. But we were trying a new approach, a different approach. And we felt that if the creators are able to talk about their personal experiences, what they go through to prepare for a performance, when they're writing a song, you know, preparing for what happens in the studio with the artist, or doing even a live show, it would be more impactful. People would be able to appreciate all the behind the scenes work that goes into the creation of a song.
Yeah. So we have Jackie Castillo with us via Zoom on set, and she, of course, is a performing artist and writer. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
Hi, good
morning,
Jackie.
Yeah, we're good, and happy to have you here with us. So you are heavily involved in the music documentary. Could you talk to us about your role in this project and what it meant to you as an artist yourself to be a part of this type of advocacy?
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for having me here for the interview. I think most people know that I've been involved in the arts for a good part of probably 10 to 15 years, and one of the biggest things that we've been trying to get artists to understand is the importance of copyright. You know, copyright it becomes like our how should I say, our pension plan, you know, if it was in place the way that it should be. As artists, I'm not a full-time artist, but the reason why I'm not a full-time artist is because I know that if I was just to survive off singing for my supper, I probably would eat every day, you know? And so it's important for us to understand that copyright is indeed our pension plan. It's a way for us to have residual income other than having our payments from our live performance. And for the latter part of 10 years, we've been trying to get released to understand how important this is. And I think now with the insurgence of like YouTube and Spotify and TikTok, I think we're starting to realize how important copyright is. I mean, if I write a song and it busts on TikTok, that is, yo, I'm a millionaire, you know, but I need to have my copyrights in place because now your music, it transcends the borders of the leads, you know. We have all of these social media platforms, but if you don't have a way for you to get your royalties, if you're not involved in the system of music, because there's the business of music and then there's the system of music. So it was important for me to participate in the documentary to bring face to this very important agenda.
Excellent. Well, here's my question, and this goes to either yourself, Jackie, or to Mel. While we have specific systems and mechanisms in place to be able to license music and to be able to collect royalties on the back end, it would seem as though the reality as it is quite different. So the ideal would be to have this apparatus in place and be able to benefit from it. But the reality is that, as Jackie rightly mentioned, if she were to sing for her supper, many days she'd go hungry. Because at the end of the day, you know, you wouldn't be collecting on a timely basis. That's one. And two, the way it is currently set up, it's sort of easy to circumvent that. Because if you go, for instance, to a restaurant or bar and they're playing a Belizean artist's music, and one would think, okay, well, perhaps they should pay the artist for the use of those songs or that music while they're entertaining their guests or what have you. The natural tendency would be, well, okay, well, I won't pay TR Shine or whatsoever, so it's easier to turn off that music and play Rihanna. Rihanna won't receive any royalties from from me at my business if she's all the way in New York and she's a billionaire. It's just the way how people think.
Yeah,
right?
And that's why we felt it's important because people would feel that, oh, if I turn, I don't have to pay a Belizean artist and I can still play Beyonce's or Rihanna's music. But it's the same thing. These are all creators and they all belong to societies in their respective countries.
Yeah.
And we have agreements, Beescap has agreements with several societies worldwide for the use of, you know, to collect on their behalf in our country.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in the US, there's the same thing applies. When our members' music is played there, they collect and they send that money to us. They send the royalties for us to give to our members. So we have, there's that understanding.
Is it that there's stricter oversight elsewhere versus in Belize where perhaps things are a little bit more lax?
It could probably be because, but you see, I think why we're having a change is because if you notice right now, once you put a song on Facebook and you don't have the copyright for it, it flags it, correct?
Yeah.
It will take it down. So even though here in Belize, we might not want to accept that copyright is important, for all of us who are on social media on a day-to-day basis, we're starting to realize the importance of copyright. You can only play a certain amount of a song, you know, and while I think for me, to answer your question, Isani, if as artists we were able to build our value, at least on a social media platform, I believe that value would then transcend here in Belize, because they always say, you know, Jesus had to leave Jerusalem in order for him to become famous, you know, and it's our value. I think as Belizean artists, our lyrics are not valued. The work that we put in to create a piece of musical our creativity, it's not valued here. And I think we can't rely on the public or the general Belizean public to do that for us. We have to start doing it for ourselves as artists. I think if we set our value, and then I think everything else would trickle down from there.
Do you think that this is something that will require more time to achieve?
Yes, I think this is the start. I think that we now have more persons are asking questions. They want to know more. They want to understand, you know, where they fit in and how, you know, they could speak up about it. So I think that this is the start. Everyone was afraid. They did not want to tell, you don't want to tell a restaurant owner, are you paying? You know, you want to make sure that you stand in good graces because like Jackie said, if this is my bread and butter, I don't want to offend those people that are paying me. So I think that this is the start of a different type of conversation because a live performance, if you get on stage and you perform, that's one revenue stream. What the royalties are, it's another separate revenue stream. And so you have these sources of income that will begin to trickle in. So even if you're not there and your music is played, and even if you had some role to play, maybe you did you composed the lyrics or you composed the melody, and that song is played anywhere, you are able, or you should be collecting something for that. And so, you know, that's what we're trying to show. It's not just the stage performances that are important.
We also have on Zoom with us Nello Player, and he's also a performing artist. Good morning, Nello Player.
Hi, good morning, open your eyes. Morning, Melissa.
Yes, it's nice to have you here with us. So I'm going to pose the same question to you that I did to Jackie initially. What was your involvement in the project? And as a performing artist yourself, what does it mean to you to be a part of something like this?
Okay, my involvement in the process was pretty much to highlight the songwriting aspect of the craft, of the industry, and just explaining more or less what we do to get lyrics on a paper and lyrics to a song, so forth, no?
All right, so beyond your involvement with highlighting the songwriting aspect of it, let's talk in general about your take or your view when it comes to the appreciation for Belizean artists and their works in the context of copywriting and in the context of being compensated fairly or properly for the works that they have produced?
I mean, we're definitely treading new ground here because it's almost it's almost a difficult or an impossible thing to, as Jackie was mentioning, to go to these business owners and say that, oh, you need to pay a fee to play Belizean music in your establishment when they haven't been doing that from the inception. So this is like breaking new ground, and it's almost impossible to get the reaction or the results, you know, that you want from this, because it's something that's very different for us. Our people would react with resistance, I would think, and just having this implemented is something good for our artists, because it definitely will benefit us in the future. Speaking to Melissa about this last week and having known the role of Beescap and their intentions behind it, I can see nothing but goodness for Belizean artists with this whole inception of this from Beescap, no?
Yeah. How does radio factor into this entire landscape? Okay. Because radio can be used as a tool to break an artist, but at the same time, perhaps some artists believe that beyond a certain point, they should also be compensated for their music, especially when that song or that body of work takes off.
Yeah. Well, the radio, it's still a public performance because remember, it's broadcasted to the public. And so, you know, so the music that radio stations use, TV stations, because there's music used in movies. Yeah. There's music used in a commercial, in ads. And so even if you sign an agreement with with another company that allows you to use their content, there's still that responsibility that you have to pay for the music use, because you're only paying to be able to broadcast the content. And so there's that additional responsibility, and it's a conversation that we're reigniting, because we have met with broadcasters in the past, we have met with various music users, but now I think because more artists, more creators are understanding the process, they want to speak about it, I think now we have an opportune time to continue the conversation.
Yeah. Here's a technical question, and I think for one to be able to collect and receive royalties on works that are produced, there has to be a system in place, either a point system or some kind of a breakdown in terms of how much you would receive per song, or for the number of times a song is played or what have you. Have we gotten to that point yet where you could say definitively, okay, to play one of Nello Player's song, you would have to, you know, cough up 50 cents or some, just as an example, so that then that goes towards his revenue stream and his royalties?
No, we haven't. No, we're still working. We're still getting there, because what happens is we have a lot of creators who don't have their works listed, and they don't have everyone, all the persons who worked on those songs, they don't have them attributed. So we're still working on getting all of that process completed. And yes, we do have creators that put their works on SoundCloud, on iTunes, etc. But they don't have all of their works up there. They might have an album or two. They don't have previous works. And so we're trying to, you know, it's an entire process. And so we're trying to, you know, just do it step by step. We had Music Week last week, and so we spoke about, well, Beescap did a presentation at the mixers that spoke about royalty payments. So how do you ensure, what are some of the things that as a creator you need to make sure that you have in place to be able to collect your royalties, even if you have your music online. You know, you want to make sure that you can verify what's there, that, you know, all of your songs are there. You want to understand that process because, again, online digital streaming, downloading, that's another revenue stream for our creators. And so that's what we spoke about last week as well. So it's a lot, it's an entire process. And so we're just trying to take it, you know, in little chunks so that it's easier to understand.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, it is a step-by-step process, and the phase where you guys currently are at is starting the conversation with the music documentary to have the wider public understand why royalties matter, why copywriting matters to artists, and why it's important for them to understand it, to support the artists that they love as well. Could you let us know what is the next step after this?
Well, the next step will just be, you know, we want to be able to do more content. We want to be able to talk about different aspects of the industry, different things that we as Beescap do. We want to be able to get these establishments that are using music, we want to get them licensed. We want to speak to the broadcasters again. So we're hoping that the information that is presented in the documentary, that if anyone has any questions, they want any clarifications, they can reach out to us because we want to talk about it. And we know that people have concerns, you know. We want to hear your concerns. You know, let's talk about it. Let's discuss it because as it looks internationally, everyone is beginning to look at us. So we want to make sure that we're, you know, copyright compliant as a country. It's not just about, oh, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to pay for it. I mean, imagine if you're, you know, an internationally affiliated entity and it gets out that you're not copyright compliant. I mean, that's a stain on your business. And so we want to just have this conversation to, you know, have the artists get what they deserve for the work that they're doing.
So the registration and the licensing goes through Beescap, correct?
For the public performance of the music, yes.
Only for the public performance?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason I'm asking that is because an artist more often than not has a producer. An artist more often than not also has a songwriter because not all artists write their own music.
Yes.
In some cases you have performers and then you have writers and then you have producers, right?
Yes.
So it's a confluence of various talents. When this comes together, who is the one that goes forward and says, okay, let's get this copyrighted and licensed? And what is the trend?
All right, so we have, you know, we still have this mentality, oh, everything in Belize is not good. So we have creators who have opted to go with outside societies, BMI, ASCAP. And they do the same thing that Beescap does. So they would sign up to become members and they would have to list their works. When you list your works, you have to put the different people, if it's featuring somebody, if it's produced by whichever, you know, producer and it's not yours. Because if you pay for it and you own it 100%, then it's only your name. But if there are other people who have worked on it and have a stake, you need to list those persons. And so once that information is submitted, you know, it goes into a database. So in the case of Beescap, we put it into, I see your eyes. We put it into, you know, it goes into a database because what happens is the music, like I said, if it's played outside of Belize, you know, other people would say, you know, oh, we want to know who owns this song so that we're able to send these monies to them. Whether or not, even if they're Belizean and they don't belong to Beescap, they want to know where the money should go. So the information, it like I said, it's a process and it's very detailed. And so, you know, they want to be able to distribute that money to the different societies so that those persons can receive their royalties.
My eyes lit up just now simply because I was asking about trend as well, right? Where you have songs that are composed using live instrumentation versus songs that are produced by a producer in a studio who can put all of those sounds together digitally, track by track, without actually having a guitarist in studio or, you know, a bass drummer or what have you. So on one hand, you have an artist and a producer who does everything versus, you know, for instance, Nello going into the recording studio and he has someone on drum and bass, someone on the keys, and so on and so forth. Those are multiple layers of persons involved in the creative process versus, you know, just a producer and an artist. That's the reason why I'm asking, how is that labeled in terms of the copywriting process?
And that is why, like I said, when a song is done, there are different ways that you can assert or assign the rights. So someone might say, oh, well, Nello, I was in the studio and I helped you. I just played the guitar. You kind of guided me as to what the song was going to be like. So I don't want to have any rights to it. Or that person might say, well, I do want a little percentage. It's a conversation that the creators have, you know, and I guess Nello or Jackie, they can go into more detail as to that process, but it's the assigning of rights, and it's what happens. I mean, it's a business, and so if you're going to want a stake in it, then you have an agreement that you would sign, you know, among yourselves to decide who owns what. The person who is paying, if you go into a studio and you pay the producer, you own that master, right? But if someone else is funding that project, they own it. And so these are all things that we want, and like I said, there will be subsequent conversations, and we want the creators to understand these little intricacies.
I think that is the important part of this conversation, because the wider public will look at artists as the business side, as you mentioned, is simply them going and doing their gigs and getting the money for what they performed. But it's the behind the scenes in the creation of the music that the public don't necessarily understand. And I believe that that's why this conversation is so important to have, and perhaps it will need to be explained several times so that the public understands the business side of it. Jackie, I saw that you wanted to have an input in the conversation as it relates to the team effort of everyone putting together music. Would you like to join in?
Yeah, I laughed, and I know Nello also had a reaction when we were speaking, because the thing is, like, my recent project, the last project I did, Chapters, which was done with myself, Brittany Starr, Boss Lady, Bad Girl Sharon, I think, and also there were a couple of us that were that came together. We actually did that process. And before we started, I asked them about a split sheet, because I said, you know, we're all inputting our creativity, whereas Junimar made the beat. Each one of us did our own separate, well, I did the chorus, which carried through to the entire song, and each of the girls did their verses. But it was a hard conversation for us to have, because as artists, we ourselves aren't educated on the process, and therefore it sometimes causes a bit of contention if everyone is not you know, don't have the benefit of the information. I have some of the benefit of the information because I've been involved in music for a long time. Now, this song has been uploaded on YouTube. You know, it has so many views. But we didn't have that conversation in the beginning. So we had to just leave that, you know, and it's an original song. It's an original beat. All the lyrics are original. It's a beautiful song. A lot of people love it. But none of us are collecting the royals for it. And I'm pretty sure Nello has the same experience. I'll give him the opportunity to speak.
Let's hear it, Nello.
Yeah, I see that this totally piques your interest, as I know you're very young and rooted in music, right? Yeah, I was just going to say that all of this is represented on a split sheet, and producers, when I say producers, I mean anybody involved in the production of the music, and whether it may be the singer, the songwriter, the instrument player, can relinquish authority or ownership of their particular part of the song, you know. And for example, Super J and I have a couple songs together. And when we finish working on our music, he's always been a great guy enough to say, Nello, you can do whatever you want with the song. You can upload it, you can put it on any streaming platform. It's yours, you know, like he's giving me this one, you know, or I could choose to represent him on the split sheet. But having a society such as Beescap at our fingertips is very good, because I could actually speak to a person in Melissa and understand that, okay, bye, you receive performance royalties. Like, she told me this last week, like, yes, you're probably represented by another society, but are they monitoring and seeing that you're collecting your performance rights? And like, I'm not sure. You know, represented by BMI Song Trust. I was telling her that I believe Song Trust is the international watchdog for your song. So I'm represented by Song Trust. And then that's when she came to me and asked me if I'm receiving performance royalties for any time I do performances. He says she doesn't think that they collect stuff like that. So a society such as Beescap is important.
Yeah.
You know, but the splitting of the music is a very intricate thing, and as Jackie and Melissa mentioned, once you don't have that that information at hand, it can be very dangerous and costly at that too.
Yeah.
I have to mention that it can be costly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you guys so much for joining us in the conversation. We definitely look forward to the additional steps, as you mentioned, the additional phases that will follow from this documentary. Of course, the conversation that will be continued to had by the public and Beescap and artists. I mean, viewers, we love our local artists. They are artists in their own right, you know, and even that's a conversation I think sometimes that bothers me. We address them as local artists, but they're artists, you know, and they deserve that respect for the work that they put
Belizean
in.
artists.
Yeah.
Not local, but Belizean.
Yeah, Belizean artists, local artists. I look at them as artists. You know, they're performers, and we need to respect them for that. So I look forward to the next phases that will come about from Beescap. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you as well for the invitation.
All right, we're going to take our second break. When we come back, we'll be joined by Bowen and Bowen to talk about snackers. Don't go away.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Full-Text Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Full-Text Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
From now on, when you visit Uno, you will experience an A+ power in all fuels. Dynamax has evolved into Dynamax Plus. The new formula with the ultimate technology in additives provides an A+ power and A+ performance. Dynamax Plus, available in diesel, regular and premium. Try it today and reach further. Uno, a different energy.
Across the country of Belize, we have about 20 villages that don't have any electricity at all. And so we are working hard to bring electricity because we understand what the value it is to each of us.
I have the daughter going to UB. She's in Bamapan. Rather, she can be in Indian Creek. She can have access to internet, and then she can be doing like online classes.
I'm really proud of the work the chairman and the alcalde been doing. They should sign the agreement. For me, they should sign it because we need a development in this village.
33 homes already connected. I really thank the donors and the government of Belize. They're assisting us with this electricity.
Indian Creek, Golden Stream, and Medina Bank will get electricity. We have San Vicente, Halacte, Poite, and Corazon. They will also get electricity under an EU program with the government of Belize.
When designing your kitchen or bathroom, you want fixtures with functionality and style. Showcase your decor with these kitchen and bath fixtures, keeping in mind that the finish is the start of your design. Choose from our wide selection of Delta, Peerless, American Standard, and Easy Flow, available at Benny's, quality and savings.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer at channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
Welcome back, and now we're talking all things snacks, and we have Bowen and Bowen here with us talking about their latest product, Snackers. Good morning. We are joined by Shauna Arnold. She's the marketing manager for Snackers, and Dion Augustus, the director, over talking to us here about Snackers. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
I am so excited. I am a snacker.
Oh, that's
so
good
I
to know.
love Snackers already.
Perfect.
Tell us about this latest product and why you guys decided to venture into this.
Okay. So this is the newest line of snacks from Bowen and Bowen. Bowen and Bowen's mission statement is pursuing excellence for a stronger Belize. And as such, that has led us to look for new and creative ways to innovate and to diversify. Hence, Snackers was born. Many people know Bowen and Bowen for Bellikin, for beer, for drinks, for beverages. That is what we are known for.
Yeah.
However, we realized that we needed to diversify. In an ever-changing world, we need to diversify. And with that, Snackers was born. So it is this line. We are starting with chips, but Snackers is an entire line of snacks that we are hoping to produce. So later on, you can expect other snacks from us. But for right now, we are starting with an assortment of flavors of chips.
I think what makes me appreciate everything that goes into Snackers and its various products was the tour that was done recently, where we got to actually see the production from start to finish of this entire process on this particular line. I think for people who saw that as well, they would have gotten a certain appreciation for it.
Right.
Because a lot of times when we go to the stores, we pick up a bag of chips, but we don't know the entire process that went into it.
Right.
We just know, okay, well, we're buying a Diana chips or whatever the brand may be, but you don't really see everything that goes into it.
Right, but and you're right. You know, the lineage of Snackers is one that is of Belizean legacy. I mean, born of a company that's nothing but Belize.
Yeah.
Understand? So I could appreciate what you are saying. Snackers is all local, all Belizean products, Belizeans making it. but it's at an international standards. And I'm sure when you try it now, you'll see for yourself how great it is. And we're excited about it.
And I think one of the other things is that to note is that it has no preservatives, so it's a very natural process that happens. You know, from that masa is brought into the factory, it goes through a very quick process to then be packaged into these final packaging for people. So, you know, we have a shelf life of about 5 to 6 months, more or less. Correct. And with that, it is just an all natural product, an all natural, great tasting product.
That's right.
I want to talk about the production aspect because, as you mentioned, it has no preservatives in it, but you also have different flavors.
Right.
Can you go into how that works?
It's because it doesn't have any preservatives, and we're using local corn. The process can be very quick. What we had decided is that through the different customary taste buds of locals, we decided on the flavors such as nacho cheese, zesty ranch. That is from our Doradas brand, you understand? And then, for example, we have chiladas, which is more for that young, hip, energetic, Ibon type of audience, you understand? And then we have comfort food, like asadas, which is just lightly salted. And then, of course, we have something that is more geared towards gatherings and family time and so forth in bacadas, which would be your perfect dipping chip. And once again, that is just also lightly salted. And all of throughout the entire process, we're thinking of how we can affect the taste and bring out that bold, rich flavor of Belize in all of our different flavor profiles and brands.
How do you, as a company, compete with other established brands that are on the market already? I ask because this is a new product that you're bringing to the market, but you have other established brands, like when you think Ruffles, you think Diana, you think all of these other brands that, you know, people automatically associate the same exact activities with.
Right.
How do you fit into that market?
Right. Luckily for us, we have a great big brother in Bellikin and Coke. They're juggernauts in their own right. They're the market leaders in their own right. And so we have the experience of knowing what it is we need to do to make great penetration into the market. And other than just listening to the people, we have to deliver. We have to be able to deliver consistent quality, taste, and basically just be there. And that's why the tagline for Snackers is anytime for Snackers, you know, done right, done here, right here in Belize. And we take that very serious. So we understand that it will take some effort to let people say, well, I'm not going to go with the international brands. But I dare to say that Snackers is definitely on the level, or maybe even higher than what the international standards are bringing to the table.
Correct, and that's what I was going to say. I think we found a great balance between offering a world-class quality product at an affordable price. So undoubtedly competition exists, but I think, like Dion mentioned, we can stand up to the competition in terms of our quality, but we're also offering a price that's really attractive for them as well.
And what do the prices look like?
Okay, so they're currently available at major retail, and they retail for, the Doradas retails for $1.
Okay.
Correct. The Chiladas is a little bit bigger, so that retails for $1.50. The Bocadas, which is a party pack, this is only available in this size, and it's available for $10. And then the Asadas is available retail for $125.
$125,
Correct.
$150 all the way. And we have 3 different sizes.
Correct.
We have a dollar bag. We have a grab bag, which is in the middle. It ranges from about $175 to $225, depending on the brand. And then we have the big bag, the 280s to 311s grams, which is retailing for $10. I mean, compared to the competition, which is $15.95, $13.95. It's very affordable. And I must say, healthy profit margins.
Yeah. So you said that this isn't the only product that you guys intend to roll out. This
Definitely
is only the
not.
start.
This is just the start.
Do you want to tease any of the other products that you guys have in mind?
What I'll say is we're looking into other chips that we can possibly make from other raw materials made locally here as well. And then we're also looking into other snack products as well. I will say that.
Right.
But we are starting off with chips, and we're pushing this heavily, but we are looking for other products as well.
Have you guys heard anything from the public when it comes to the taste? What are they saying?
Feedback. The feedback has been exceptionally positive.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, we were at the agricultural show. That was an amazing, that was an amazing experience to have people walk through, and you could see the pride in people's face to understand. But you can also see the confusion too, because they already used to locally produced snacks at a certain look.
Yes.
And then we did like a wall of chips, and then they were like, okay, this is Belizean. Like, yeah, it is Belizean, you know, imported from Ladyville, you know? And so it was a very proud moment for us all.
Yeah, and I mean, when you think about it, and this is free marketing for you guys, but when it comes from Bowen and Bowen, you know that it's going to be quality as well.
Right. And I want to stress that, the lineage of what Snackers is definitely one of extreme high quality.
And
So
for me as well, I really appreciate the marketing of your products, because aside from it being high quality as well, I really appreciated that you guys showed us behind the scenes of the production process of Snackers. What it takes, as you said, the masa, the flavors that is involved, that for me was priceless.
Correct, and that was important for us to showcase to people, to just, like Isani mentioned, you know, sometimes we don't know, we just pick up a bag of chips in the store and we don't know. But it was important for us to be transparent with people, to show them that, you know, this product can be made here. Like one of our taglines says, it's done right, it's done here. And that was important for us to show people that it actually can be done here, that we can produce something of this standard locally.
Yeah.
Right.
So you brought Snackers here for us. Are you trying to have us taste test?
Definitely.
Snacks for breakfast.
Snacks for breakfast. Isani, are you a snacker?
I'm a gamer. So,
so what flavor do you recommend? What's your favorite
My
flavor?
personal favorite is the Dorada Snatcher cheese.
Shana, you have a favorite?
I do. I have to admit, I have a favorite, and this is the one I eat more than all of them.
Why exactly is it your favorite?
Okay, so because it has, first it's this burst of flavor in your mouth, and it has this cheesiness, but you also taste the corn, so it's a really good balance of the cheese and that fresh corn flavor. It's great.
Yeah. And yours?
I'm a little bit more simple in my approach.
Like I just like salt.
Yeah, and definitely for me, I love them all.
Yeah.
I love them all. Like, I have to be honest, but I was eating on asadas recently, so as of yesterday.
I could tell you up front, for me, outside of tasting this product, I'm a spice guy, right?
Yeah?
So yeah, anything that has that kick to it.
That kick?
Yeah, that's my thing.
Then chiladas is definitely the one for you.
Excellent.
Definitely. And then we have it in 2 different flavors. As you can see, we have jalapeno heat, which is at the lower end of the Schofield, you know, at the lower end index. And then you have the fiery habanero, which is in the middle. And then we're going to surprise people with that punch coming, you know, soon.
We have one that brings that punch that we're hoping to bring out into the market later on.
So I'm also a spice person as well, so I agree with you completely. I'm not here for any salt. I want the cake, you know? I need to be drinking something.
All right.
But I mean, I'm sure the public definitely enjoy all the flavors that you guys have, and we absolutely look forward to trying them as well. But of course, as I mentioned, anything that comes from Bowen and Bowen seems to be really high quality, so we have no doubt that Snackers will, you know, prove its name. It's going to be the snack of Belize.
I had a question.
Sure.
Beyond your presence at the Agric recently, are there any other promotions that are being done to put this out there further than where it is at the moment?
Well, the first thing is we're available countrywide, right? We're available countrywide. And we're making a big push for the brand by first. I mean, our distribution system is second to none. So it's everywhere, right? And that, for right now, is the biggest approach. We're going to be doing a lot of sampling, so people could try the product. We're going to be at many events as possible, you know, for people to be able to just taste it out. So we're looking forward to the experience of interacting, hearing people's feedback. But most importantly, a lot of people have come and said, you know, because it's locally produced, maybe you should try this flavor of a chip. Like one person suggested we should do a rice and beans chips. So, I mean, we welcome it. Right, that's kind of off the wall, but I mean, it was a good suggestion. But we plan to be everywhere. We're wanting people to try it. And I'm 100% sure we've seen before, we haven't had any negative comments about the brand, about the taste, about the flavor, and most importantly, about the corn. And so we're excited about it, man, and we can't wait for everybody else to try it.
All right. Well, as we wrap things up, we want to try. But of
Definitely.
course, I mean, Isani already said you like spice and I like spice, so we could pop the spiciest one.
Of course.
Okay.
Go for
You
it.
can share a bag.
Go
Yeah,
for
of
it.
course.
So, the enchiladas is that
right,
right?
cool.
Oh, Isana, you should try this one.
This is fiery habanero.
This is jalapeno heat.
Okay.
I like the fire.
Very nice.
You
These
smell it?
look red hot. Oh my gosh.
Can't wait to hear your feedback.
Nice.
Good. Very good.
Guys.
With a cold bottle of Bellekin. Goes well together.
No, this is good. This is really, really
Yeah,
good.
it's really,
This
really
is
good,
really
man.
good.
You can really taste the flavor. You can really
Look
taste
at
the corn.
this.
It's beautiful too.
It is. It has that perfect coat of seasoning
Yes,
that
yes,
people
yes.
Good job, Aaron.
Good job.
Excellent, excellent.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us, man.
Snackers, I
appreciate it.
can't wait to see the other products that you guys bring on, especially the fiery hot one. Whatever else new that Snackers will be providing, we can't wait to see it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you guys for having
Thank
us.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we will be talking to Digi. Have you gotten your mom a Mother's Day gift yet? Well, you might be able to get something. Don't go away.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. The Bible says, I have fought a good fight, I have finished my course, I have kept the faith. In October of 1968, with a wail of sirens from police cars and with dark almost settling in on the Mexico City Olympic Stadium, a lone runner wearing the colors of Tanzania staggered into the stadium. His name was John Stephen Akwari. He was the last contestant to finish the 26-mile, 385-yard contest. His leg had been injured in a fall and was blooded and crudely bandaged. He hobbled a final lap around the track as the spectators stood and applauded him as though he were the winner. After he had crossed the finish line, someone asked him why he had not quit. He replied simply, "My country did not send me 7,000 miles to start the race. They sent me 7,000 miles to finish the race." As I get older, I become more keenly aware of the fact that it is not only important to begin the race right, but to end the race right. Not only heroes receive medals, yet God promises a crown of righteousness for those who finish life's race faithfully. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Did you know that 1 in 3 persons don't have access to the internet? Nearly half of the world's schools are not connected, and 1.3 billion children don't have access to internet at home. UNICEF and the International Telecommunication Union have joined forces with GIGA, a global initiative to connect every school to the internet by 2030. Join us for the launch and signing ceremony for GIGA Partnership for Belize. In collaboration with UNICEF Belize, the Ministry of Education, Culture, Science and Technology, and the Ministry of Public Utilities, Energy, Logistics, and E-Governance on Thursday, May 11 at 10 a.m. Stream it live on Channel 5's Facebook and YouTube pages.
Hello eCash user, the eCash app is now available in Spanish. Changing the language in your eCash app from English to Spanish is quick and easy. Let me walk you through the steps. First, open your eCash app. Enter your PIN. Tap the More icon at the bottom of your screen. Choose Security. Select Language. Tap on Spanish. Then re-enter your PIN. And that's it! Your eCash app is now in Spanish, and you can continue to enjoy your eCash digital wallet. Belize Bank's eCash app makes life easier.
Welcome back, and we are joined by Digi. We have some beautiful ladies on set with us talking to us about Digi and their extended promotions past agriculture show just in time for Mother's Day. And of course, their new products, what you can expect here from Digi. Good morning, ladies. We have here with us Aurelie Salgado. She is the Solution Specialist Mobile and Carrier. And Sarah McGaughy, and she is talking to us about Digi Wallet. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
So let's take things back a little bit with agriculture show, since that has been one of the latest, I guess, promotions that you guys have been offering.
Yeah.
What was the reaction like there at agriculture show? It was a lot of people. And why did you guys decide to extend your promotions through to this weekend?
So at Agric, we had a lot of customers come out, a lot of new customers coming over to Digi, making the right choice, that is, because they were excited about our deals, right? We had something for everybody. So if you wanted a new internet connection, if you wanted a device, or if you wanted to come over, swap your SIM, and get some deal on a phone or something else. We had something for everybody, like I mentioned, and people were so excited about it. We had our booths were packed. So many people under there. I can tell you I'm still exhausted trying to recover from Agric. But we were excited, and we love the feedback from customers. We love giving them what they have been asking for. And so what we decided to do is just extend it to this week. So those who didn't have the opportunity to attend Agric for whatever reason can now visit a Digi store and enjoy the same deals.
And it's just in time for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So what can we expect?
So we have deals on devices still. So you could get a device as low as $139 and get 3 gigabytes of data with it. We have 2 really nice Samsung devices. We have the Samsung A04E and S. And those range at like $300 or $400. So you're getting a really nice device, great camera quality for such a low price with the data allowance on there, right? We also had deals on our Digi One bundles. Did you guys hear about our One bundles launch?
Yes.
So
I was at the launch.
You were at the launch, right? So it was a big thing because what we did was the first in the country to actually launch a bundle to have all your essential services into one. So you have your internet, your home phone, your mobile phone, and your Digi TV services in one package. You pay a low price, you get big savings, and you pay one bill, right? So it's convenient, it's affordable, and of course you're getting top quality services within the bundles. So we also have a deal on those right now where if you sign up, you get $50, up to $50 off for 4 months, right? You get free installation, no deposit required. So it's so easy. You just literally have to come in or apply online, WhatsApp us, whatever you want to do, and just request the services, and that's how you would get all your promotions.
And you can pay for it with Digi Wallet. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pay your bill with Digi Wallet.
Exactly.
Yeah, so these promotions will end this week, so we only extended to this week. But you know, you could always stay tuned for any other promotions that we may have next week. It is Mother's Day, like you rightly said, so it's a perfect opportunity to take advantage of one of these. Start paying for your internet plan for your mommy home, you know.
Get Digi One
Get
and
Digi
get a
One,
phone.
Get a phone. And we also have, it's a lot. So in addition to that, we also are giving away a Samsung S23, a Samsung Galaxy S23, which is one of the newest Samsung Galaxy phone, right? And it's for anybody who signs up for the Digi One bundles. If you purchase a device, this is the perfect time because you get an entry into this raffle. Also, if you spend $20 or more in primary usage for prepaid customers. If you sign up for Digi TV or if you purchase Digi TV prepaid products, then you also get an entry into this raffle. If you come over from the other guys, you get an entry into it. And the raffle will be drawn at the end of this month. On June 2nd. So you have all of this month to take advantage of our promotions. So apart from the getting your promotion devices on internet, you also get an entry into this amazing raffle. Yeah.
Let's talk Digi Wallet. How has that been catching on in terms of persons subscribing to this particular service?
It has been growing tremendously. I think the last time I came on, it was right before Agric, and we were probably at around 15,000 subscribers, and that's probably just 2 weeks ago. And we're probably now at around 17,000 subscribers. So it's just growing tremendously. We have a lot of customers who are seeing the benefits of setting up for DigiWallet because, like you said, you could pay for your DigiOne plan, you could pay your water bill, you could pay your light bill, so you could pay your social security bill. So if you're a business and you need to pay your social security, you don't have to worry about waiting in lines at the bank. If you need to renew your social security card, you can pay with your DigiWallet as well, right? We've just launched a new feature, which is the marketplace. So when you go in the app, there's going to be a new feature there that says marketplace. And when you go in there, you'll be able to purchase different items. It changes from time to time. During Agric, we had phones in there. So now, right now, if you go into the Marketplace app, Mother's Day is coming up this weekend, and there's the Legends concert happening at the House of Culture. So you'll be able to purchase your ticket.
Wonderful.
It's $45 via the DigiWallet app, so you'll be able to purchase your ticket. And there's some merch in there, stuff like fanny packs and waterproof bags. So you're set for the concert. So treat your mom, take your mom out for a nice night out. You know, the oldies are going to be playing. There's so many things happening with DigiWallet. You could also make sure you could add money through the bank. So you could either do a bank transfer if you're not with Atlantic Bank, and if you bank with Atlantic Bank, you could do a bill pay, which is free to put money on your DigiWallet, and that feature is actually immediate. So once you transfer the money, it's immediately on your phone. This month, we're having every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you purchase any purchases you make at any of our merchants for $30 or more, you'll get $5 cash back. Right? So you'll only be spending $25.
Yeah, you save.
Yes.
That's really good.
Saving is always a thing,
yeah,
right?
so you save. I really appreciate what you mentioned about your marketplace feature, because it seems like you guys will be adding relevant, I guess, events or things that you can do to the marketplace. I mean, we literally had Legends concert on the morning show yesterday, talking to us about that event. So I really love that it tied in perfectly today with you guys saying that you can pay for it online.
So we could look forward to probably more concerts in the future and whatever other activities. Merchants can always contact us. Businesses can contact us if they want to sell their products via the DigiWallet app. We'll be happy, glad to sign them up. If you're a merchant and you want to sign up for DigiWallet, all you need is your business registration document, or proof of ownership of the business, and IDs for whoever owns the business. And that's it. That's all you need to sign up for the DigiWallet app.
And I think it's cool, like she was mentioning, there's always something happening on the app. So it's about like refreshing, keeping up with the notifications, because I know at Agric you guys had a raffle, right? Raffle tickets that you could purchase. So even that, it makes it a fun, interactive app as well. So it's always, you know, to encourage everybody to just keep abreast with what's happening. Go in the app, check the marketplace. Never know what might be added on there.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, just staying in tune with the marketplace, you could find out events that you could attend, almost like, and also deals that you could take advantage of. So that's really cool. I want to go back though to, and I'm sure that this has been something that you guys have spoken about from the launch itself of DigiWallet, but as it pertains to banks, you said that if you have Atlantic Bank, it kind of transfers automatically. How does that happen? Because I don't have DigiWallet as yet, so I want to understand that process.
No problem. So right now we're working in the next couple of months to have the feature where you can do the transfers automatically from any bank that you choose to bank with. But for right now, we have the feature where if you go to pay a bill, you select your DigiWallet. You select DigiWallet from the drop down. You put in your mobile number, and you put how much money you want to pay to that number, and automatically it transfers the money into your DigiWallet app.
But to connect your bank to Digi Wallet, for instance, if you have Atlantic Bank, do you just insert your account number and...
No, you go to their bill pay feature. So, you know, you go to Atlantic Bank. If you, let's say you wanted to pay a utility bill at Atlantic Bank, there's a bill pay feature. That's the option that you'll choose to go to. And you'll select the Digi Wallet and you'll put in your phone
It's just
number.
like an interim solution right now until we have launched the bank to wallet feature.
So the bank to wallet feature is coming in probably the next 2 months. We've already signed contracts and stuff like that to get that rolling out. So now it's just to have the framework set up so we can complete that. And then that's going to be more inclusive for everybody who banks at Heritage or Belize Bank as well.
What else can we look forward to from Digi? I see you guys are on a roll promoting various products and services and what have you. What can we look forward to next?
Well, I mean, we still haven't gotten through everything for this May and what's happening for you know, Mother's Day and what's not. So we also have a deal right now where if you come over from the other guys, you get whatever. So we have 4 options for our customers, right? We try to satisfy everybody's needs and desires. If you're coming over and you need a device and your services, you get a unlimited talk and text monthly plan, and you could get the device that we have on promotion right now for over $300 for only $1. So you pay $1 for this device, and then you get your unlimited talk and text plan that you pay for monthly. And then if you, let's say you don't want a commitment to a monthly bill, we also have a prepaid device option where if you come over, you get a bundle every month as well with unlimited talk and text. And then you also get to pay only $99 for another device too. So these devices that are around $300 or $400 price point, we're giving you for only $1.99 when you make the switch, right? And then let's say you already have your device, you just get one brand spanking new from the States this year, last Christmas. Then we also have this SIM swap option, and you get free services. If you want a postpaid service, you get 3 months free. And if you want a prepaid number, meaning no commitment to a monthly bill, you also get 4 months of free data. So there's 4 different make the switch options. All of it is on our website. It's just to, you know, you could go explore what would be the best option for you, and you come over, and it's not just making the switch to Digi, you're making the switch to the National Telecom of Belize, the one that offers the best services, you know. So this is a perfect time to make the switch. Maybe you don't need the phone for yourself. You get a $1 phone, you don't have a phone, give it to your mom. It's the perfect opportunity right now to make the switch. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. I mean, you guys listed several reasons why, you know, we would make the switch, or just why we would love Digi. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Do you have any last words, anything else that you would like to mention?
Yeah, just quickly, I wanted to mention that we recently launched our Connectivity Matters campaign. So what this is doing is highlighting our $7 million investment in expanding our fiber to the home, which is like your internet network, and your R4G LTE advanced network. So this is benefiting over 23,000 homes, right? What we're doing is just giving or launching new networks in areas in the rural communities that didn't have connectivity before, and we also improved connectivity in other areas. So it's not launching a new cell site, but maybe expanding the reach so more persons in that area could enjoy service, right? And this is a part of our responsibility as a National Telecom of Belize. We want to ensure that our customers everywhere across the country has connection. We rely on that every day. You wake up in the morning, you check your phone. You go to work, you rely upon internet, you know, your fixed lines. You go to a restaurant, all the operations in the country rely on connectivity, and it's so important to us that we ensure that we continue to expand and offer the best services. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. It's the big thing with Digi.
That's what you're doing is a lot of what you're doing. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We absolutely appreciate all the information that you provided to us and the viewers. Of course, take advantage of all the deals. It's Mother's Day coming up. You could get a phone for $99 or $1. Aside from that, of course, there's Digi Wallet. So many reasons to enjoy Digi. Thank you guys so much. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Crochet Couture Collections. Don't go away.
Investment Services Explained. In September 1999, SSB's Mortgage and Investment Unit was created. The unit later became the Investment Department in 2005 and officially Investment Services in October 2007. So, what is the Investment Services role? How does Investment Services help to support Social Security and you? And why is Investment Services important to Belize? Investment Services' function is to make prudent investments in the form of commercial loans, shares, and real estate development. The interest income generated from these investments ensures the fund is sustainable to pay current and future Social Security benefits to its insured persons. The investment income is used to support the working population and pay pensions such as retirement and invalidity. Additionally, investment loans support economic development through commercial loans to startup and existing businesses while aiding in increased production of goods and services. We can expect Investment Services to continuously impact the lives of every insured person through Social Security pensions. Investment Services will continue to support the Belizean economy through secure investments in various industries. And that is why Investment Services exists. Social Security Board, an investment for you, your family, your future.
This grid is isolated, so it's not connected to the national grid, and we'll be producing power locally, clean energy here.
33 homes already connected. So there is 208 homes that really need to be connected. We're in the dark, so we have been so long we don't have electricity in here. So now we are very proud of it, and we are proud of the government that assists us a lot.
We have good news. So Indian Creek, Golden Stream, and Medina Bank will get electricity. But equally so, we have completed the FPIC protocol for San Vicente, for Halacte, for San Benito Poite, for Corazon, and one other community in the Toledo district. They will also get electricity under an EU program with the government of Belize.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank Contactless MasterCard Debit Card. Introducing our Standard Debit and MasterCard Platinum Debit Cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Welcome to Design Depot. All in one place. Shop brands you know and trust, like Kohler. Welcome, GE Appliances.
Welcome.
Oran Windows.
Welcome.
Tiles from around the world.
Welcome.
Sherwin-Williams Paint and Coating. Visit us today at mile 3 on the Philip Golson Highway or call us at 223-3768. Design Depot. All in one place.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited Postpaid Plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer at channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5 Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
So, stay tuned. Thanks, Jen. Hey there, we know you have to head out to work shortly, but don't forget that you can stay tuned by watching us on our Facebook live stream. Find us at Open Your Eyes BC, and you can continue watching there. You can also download Facebook Watch on your streaming device, and you can watch at your own convenience.
And for all the behind-the-scenes fun, follow us on Instagram at OYE Belize. So,
find us
and follow us
today.
And welcome back. Our final segment this morning is with Crochet Couture Collections. We have been joined on set by the owner and designer, none other than Adelina Chan. Good morning, Adelina.
Good morning, good morning.
Crochet Couture.
Yes.
Let's begin with where it all began.
Yeah.
How did this concept come about and how did you manage to bring it to fruition?
Okay, so I work at a small therapy clinic named the Anodyne Therapy Center, and I manage it. I also deal with the patients. And one day I went to a patient house and she suffered with arthritis and the kind that makes your fingers deformed. And I reached her house and she was crocheting, but she had a special way she wrapped the yarn around her finger and she held the needle between her fingers. And I told her, Miss Jules, what are you doing? And so she told me, I'm crocheting. And the more and more I went to her house, I got more interested in it. And so I asked her, can you teach me? So she taught me the basics. Then after that, I went home and I went on the internet and I learned learned how to read patterns and how to do different stitches. And from there, you improve your skills.
This, for me, I consider it to be an intimidating process. It's not just a regular thread and needle stitch.
Yes.
There's so many ways that you can crochet. How did you approach that to even begin?
Well, I have a little dog. I got her last year, and she's a little poodle. But when I got her, she was so tiny, and it was very hard. I wanted to dress her up. You know, everybody, when they get a little dog, they want to dress her up. And so it was so hard to find things to dress her with. And that's when my dad told me, oh, why don't you, do your crochet and your sewing, and you make things for her. And then after that, I started to show everyone, and they're like, oh, you can sell this, and so it started with originally paws and claws. And then from there, I went to venture into human fashion. And so I started to do swimsuits, earrings, bags, headbands. And for like Mother's Day right now, I'm doing flowers. Yeah. So
how has the reception been in terms of persons gravitating towards your products?
Well, when people see it, they're so amazed, the uniqueness about crochet is that what people love about it is that you can get it fit to your body. You give me the exact measurements to how you want it, and then I do it to how you prefer. If you want a little cheeky, if you want more booby showing, if you want a specific style for your little dog, I can do all of that. So
you worked in therapy.
Yes.
But would you consider this therapeutic to you as well?
It is, because working with a lot of sick people, you tend to go in a little dark hole, sometimes you feel sick yourself. And so when I crochet, it's like giving me that release, so I can give them a release when they come to see me. So yeah.
And aside from clothing, you also make some really gorgeous bouquet, which I think is just so unique and beautiful. Could you talk to me about what it takes to create something like this?
Well, for one flower, I would say it would take about me 2 days.
One flower?
Yeah, because it's a long process, because you have to crochet a strip, and then you would have to glue that strip together. And then for every flower, it's different design, it's different pattern. So like the tulips, you have to start with a little magic ring, and then you go on up. And so it's like the tulip is almost like an upside down bucket hat, you could say. Yeah.
That's an interesting description.
Yes.
Yeah. So this Mother's Day, these are really cool gifts that we could give to our parents, to our mothers, of course. Do you have any offers, in terms of your business? How are you promoting Couture Crochet Collection this Mother's Day?
Well, for Mother's Day, I'm doing these flowers. I'm doing the singles for $10 and the bouquets for $40. And the good thing about these bouquets, they don't last you 2 weeks.
They last forever.
They last forever. You can put them on your desk, in your hall, so.
And your clothing, you said that you make swimsuits, but I also want to know what was the most difficult piece of item that you've created before?
The most difficult piece would be, let me see. Because I also cater not only for small and medium, I cater for large and extra large. So I think probably that was the hardest, because it takes longer, and my hand, like, you have to do a little then stop, because if you do it all day, your hands will hurt you. So I think that was the most difficult piece.
So it's not really the style, it's just the size that makes it difficult.
And the time.
And the time, yes.
I mean, I imagine, because if you said one flower takes a day, imagine a bigger piece of clothing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So initially, you took a liking to crocheting based on the patient that you were dealing with at the time, correct?
Yes.
And then the rest was self-taught based on the YouTube videos that you began to learn from. Can you speak a bit more about that?
Yeah, well, with today's day and age, you can go on the internet and find everything, So, like I said, when I learned to crochet, I didn't just want to do the basic doilies and coasters, I wanted to do something different. And when I got my little dog, so I started to do these bandanas at first. Then I carried on to collars and hats. Then I started to do sets for her. I even did her little birthday dress, you know. So that I think that's what caught my interest, you know, the love of dogs and getting to dress them up, making me and them feel good, because they do feel good when you dress them up, you know.
I see that you also have crocheted earrings.
Yes, yes.
You made that
yeah,
yourself?
Yeah,
Oh
I make earrings, headbands, bags, you know, a whole...
You make everything.
Yes, yes.
I want to know, does the patient know that you do this now?
She does, and I'm very, very grateful to her, you know, because without her, I wouldn't have even learned how to. I didn't even know I was crochet before I met her, you know. So I'm very, very grateful to her, and I always tell her, and she's very humble, and she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it," you know.
So, has she seen your products?
Yeah, she has. You know, when I did Paws and Claws, and I saw it was a success, she's like, "Oh, you should venture into swimsuits," you know.
I was just about to ask if there was sort of an exchange of ideas in terms of the direction to take.
Yes. She gave me that idea, so I went on the internet again and I researched, you know, how to do it, you know, and different patterns and different styles. So yeah.
So if I have an idea of a swimsuit or a piece of clothing item, could I come to you with that idea?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I'll make you know if I can do it. If not, it'll take me time so I can research it, and yeah.
How long it takes. Wonderful. So how could the public get in contact with you?
Okay, so I have Instagram and Facebook, both on the two sections of my business, Paws and Claws and Crochet Couture. And you can message me there and contact me. Also, you can WhatsApp me, 628-6685, and I will also answer you there, so yeah.
Is there a price range perhaps on certain items?
Yeah.
We're talking swimsuits, for instance?
Yeah, swimsuits, basic swimsuits, just basic bikini is $50. If you want extra designs and frills and, you know, different little things, it will cost you more.
And does that vary by size?
No, it's a basic $50, but then sometimes people want different frills and, you know, they don't want a basic swimsuit. So, yeah. Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Well, I love it, and I think it's a great idea for Mother's Day or just, you know, a really unique gift. I really love it. I think swimsuits are really cool, but this is something I've never seen before.
Yes.
Crocheted bouquets. I like it.
Thank
All right.
you.
Well, thank you so much
and
for
thank you
joining
guys
us.
too for inviting me.
All right, we're going to wrap things up and take our final break. When we come back, we wind down.
Smart introduces Real Unlimited postpaid plans, providing customers with unlimited talk, unlimited text, and unlimited data. Now that's a real great deal. With Smart Plus, Share 1 and 2, and Enterprise 1 and 2 plans, you can talk as much as you want, text as much as you want, and for the first time ever in Belize, you can enjoy unlimited data with your postpaid plan. So come in and sign up for an unlimited postpaid plan and enjoy limitless possibilities. In addition, other plans such as the Flex Junior, Choice, and Select have been boosted with a lot more talk, text, and data, providing you with the best value for your budget. Be unlimited with Smart. It's time to power your dollar with Smart.
Your life just got a lot less complicated with Belize Bank contactless MasterCard debit card. Introducing our standard debit and MasterCard Platinum debit cards. Now you can make purchases anywhere MasterCard is accepted with one tap, pay and go. Your contactless card never has to leave your hands, especially in these times. And your card is embedded with multiple layers of security. Platinum card holders get to enjoy extra benefits like price protection, purchase protection, trip inconvenience, and luggage protection, just to name a few. Start enjoying a cashless lifestyle today with the Belize Bank.
Here's your chance. The stage is waiting. We're looking for talented Belizean singers for another season of KTV The Remix. KTV auditions will take place on Saturday, June 3rd and Sunday, June 11th, starting at 9:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Channel 5 on Coney Drive in Belize City. We're also now accepting online submissions. 2-minute videos can be emailed to producer@channel5belize.com or DM KTV Remix on Facebook. Deadline, Sunday, June 11th at 5 p.m. Come be a part of the biggest singing competition of the year. KTV The Remix, only on Channel 5.
Welcome back, and we are wrapping things up after a full day, well, a full morning of great conversations, Isani.
I think, by and large, for me this morning, while I appreciated all the segments, the one that had me going was the music thing.
Yeah.
Only because I have a passion for music, and of course, I enjoy when musicians, artists, and composers are aware of the importance of their input to the arts, right? And music is a part of the arts. But knowing where they stand to benefit from their works and understanding what licensing means, what copywriting means, and the potential for them to make money residually from their works. So it's not just, you know, producing a song and then as consumers we're playing a song, but it's the fact that, you know, these are in some cases like cultural touchstones, right? Some of the music that comes out changes the way how we appreciate culture. In this case, Belizean music does that for us.
Yeah.
And to have Beescap on the show this morning explaining this process, and to have the artists themselves join us to discuss, you know, the process as well and how they fit into that big picture, I think it's by far one of the most enlightening conversations that we've had where music is concerned on this show.
I mean, to add to that, I think also the importance of that conversation is to sensitize the public on the relationship that that takes place when artists make their work, you know, put their time and effort and passions into their projects, that it's not just going out on a stage and performing. That's only one aspect of this business. As Melissa mentioned, it is a business. And when fan bases or the public begin to understand that more, I think that will be the start of them appreciating their favorite artists and understanding how to support them. Streaming is one aspect. Of course, you want to have people love your music and more people hear your music, but that's only one side of it. You want your artist or your favorite artist to continue make music or to continue on their projects, and a big way to do that is to support them in this way. You don't have to necessarily show up to a concert, but you could listen to their music, and that gives them as little as maybe 50 cents or a couple cents, and it adds up, you know. So I'm really hoping that this could be the start to what would be the future for artists like Jackie Castillo saying, to not have to have a second job, you know. They could pursue their passions and know that it will pay for their supper. So I really appreciated that conversation. Of course, I mean, I enjoyed the deals that we could expect for Mother's Day from Digi, and of course having snackers on the show to talk to us, you know, about their latest product line. I enjoy snacking. If anyone knows me, I'm a big chips fan. But I really look forward to the continuation of their products that they will be putting out. Of course, Digi as well, talking to us about Digi Wallet and all the promotions that you can expect this weekend, of course, for Mother's Day especially. So good luck to you, whatever gifts you have planned. But if you don't know what to get, you could always support small business. You know, we had Crochet Couture collections with us here to close this morning's morning show, and I really love seeing these small businesses come out and just showcasing their talents. I especially love the backstory though of Crochet Couture, just kind of learning about crochet from someone, an older person that just therapeutically does crochet to herself, and really, I feel like that's the background of crochet almost. I know crochet to be you just kind of sit there therapeutically and you mess with your yarn and that's about it. But you can make a business out of that. And that's so amazing. So that for me was my favorite segment.
Yeah, yeah. I think, you know, the origin story.
Yeah.
It started from Adelina being able to visit with a patient.
Yeah.
And before you know it, an idea was born out of that experience. And her being able to share that with us and of course with our viewers, you know, there's always a great idea right around the corner. You just have to look for it and you just have to be invested in getting it off the ground. And so her story was also quite an interesting and intriguing one.
Yeah, and it kind of takes me back to the eye-opener this morning of challenging yourselves and just ways that you could grow without even, you know, even trying too hard, you know.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciated that segment. But as I said, we're going to be wrapping things up. We have no birthday shout-outs today, but if it's your birthday, wherever you are, happy birthday to ya. You can send a birthday shout-out, though, on Open Your Eyes. You can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com. You could also include questions or concerns in your emails if you have any. But tune in tomorrow on Open Your Eyes on Facebook. We have a Facebook page at Open Your Eyes EZ. But you can also get behind-the-scenes content on Instagram at OYEBelize. But until then, thank you guys so much for joining us. Until tomorrow when you open your eyes,
To start your morning right.
keep your eyes, your mind,
And your hearts open.
have a great one.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.